On Tuesday, he called and said he'd have to take a rain check. When she hadn't heard from him after 2 weeks, she called and told him, "That's an awfully long rain check." He said he would call her later in the week. He never did call, of course. But what interested me was that she couldn't understand what had happened. In England, she explained, meeting the architect would have meant something. Then I realized, of course, she's from London. No one told her about the end of love in Manhattan. Then I thought, she'll learn. Welcome to the age of uninnocence. The glittering lights of Manhattan that served as backdrops for Edith Wharton's bodice-heaving trysts are still glowing. But the stage is empty. No one has breakfast at Tiffany's, and no one has affairs to remember. Instead, we have breakfast at 7 a.m. and affairs we try to forget as quickly as possible. How did we get into this mess? Truman Capote understood our 90s dilemma, the dilemma of love versus the deal, all too well. In Breakfast at Tiffany's, Holly Golightly and Paul Varjak were faced with restrictions. He was a kept man, she was a kept woman. But in the end, they surmounted them and chose love over money. That doesn't happen much in Manhattan these days. We are all kept men and women, by our jobs, by our apartments, and then some of us by the pecking order at Mortimer's and the Royalton, by Hampton's beachfront, by front row garden tickets. And we like it that way. Self-protection and closing the deal are paramount. Cupid has flown the co-op. When was the last time you heard someone say, "I love you," without tagging on the inevitable, if unspoken, as a friend? When was the last time you saw two people gazing into each other's eyes without thinking, "Yeah, right"? When was the last time you heard someone announce, "I am truly madly in love," without thinking, "Just wait until Monday morning"? And what turned out to be the hot, non-Tim Allen Christmas movie? Disclosure, for which 10 or 15 million moviegoers went to see unwanted, unaffectionate sex between corporate erotomaniacs. Hardly the stuff we like to think about when we think about love, but very much the stuff of the modern Manhattan relationship. There's still plenty of sex in Manhattan, but the kind of sex that results in friendship and business deals, not romance. These days, everyone has friends and colleagues. No one really has lovers, even if they have slept together. Back to the English journalist. After 6 months, some more relationships, and a brief affair with a man who used to call her from out of town to tell her that he'd be calling her when he got back into town, and never did, she got smart. "Relationships in New York are about detachment," she said. "But how do you get attached when you decide you want to?" "Honey, you leave town." Love at the Bowery Bar, Part 1. It's Friday night at the Bowery Bar. It's snowing outside and buzzing inside. There's the actress from Los Angeles looking delightfully out of place in her vinyl gray jacket and miniskirt, with her gold medallioned, two-tanned escort. There's the actor, singer, and party boy, Donovan Leitch, in a green down jacket and a fuzzy beige hat with ear flaps. There's Francis Ford Coppola at a table with his wife. There's an empty chair at Francis Ford Coppola's table. It's not just empty. It's alluringly, temptingly, tauntingly, provocatively empty. It's so empty that it's more full than any other chair in the place. And then, just when the chair's emptiness threatens to cause a scene, Donovan Leitch sits down for a chat. Everyone in the room is immediately jealous, pissed off. The energy of the room lurches violently. This is romance in New York. The Happily Married Man. Love means having to align yourself with another person. "And what if that person turns out to be a liability?" said a friend. One of the few people I know who's been happily married for 12 years. "And the more you're able to look back, the more you're proven right in hindsight. Then you get further and further away from having a relationship unless something big comes along to shake you out of it, like your parents dying. New Yorkers build up a total facade that you can't penetrate," he continued. "I feel so lucky that things worked out for me early on because it's so easy not to have a relationship here. It almost becomes impossible."